Hey guys, today I am filming a request from Amy on Instagram. I posted a picture of this eyeshadow look with the Profusion's palette I found at Dollar Tree. So this is that look, and right off the bat I've already checked the video on what I did earlier when I filmed this, and there is some pigmentation color, like an orangey color here on my face. I just wanted to explain that because I feel like it's super weird. That is my Instant Naturals serum for my eyes. You don't see it under here because it removes kind of like the puffiness and all of the dark circles coloration, but sometimes if I have little patches of dry skin, it does grab onto that. So that's what it is. I looked back at the video and editing and I was like, oh my goodness, what is on my face? And then I realized it was my Instant Natural stuff. So just to clear that up, and let's get straight into this tutorial. The three colors I'm using today are this one, and this one. So a pink, a kind of maroon color, and a really mauve-y color. So the only makeup I have done is my eyebrows because I'm trying to grow them out to get a waxing, because the last girl that waxed them like hacked them all up. So I've got one more week. I'm going to grow them out, so they might look kind of bushy and crazy, and they took me forever to fill in without looking too crazy. So just excuse my caterpillar eyebrows right now. A lot of times on days I film, today's the day that I film, that's why I've got my hair up like this, because I'm trying to get some volume. I will use the e.l.f. primer for my eyes, but these colors are really bold, and a primer I think would make them a little too crazy on my fair skin, so I'm not going to do that today. So the first thing I always do when I do my makeup is I do my eyebrows. And you guys might be wondering, okay, why are you going to do your foundation first, or why hasn't your foundation ever been done? A lot of people do their foundation first. I actually learned this makeup trick I'm about to tell or show you guys from a makeup artist that worked at Playboy, that did my makeup one time. She said that a lot of the makeup artists at Playboy never do the face makeup first. They always do, and it's a lot of makeup artists do this, they always do the eyes first, the complete eye look, and that way fallout and stuff doesn't matter, and they clean it up with a little makeup remover and a pad, and I'm going to show you guys how, and then you put on your foundation and stuff. And I found that works better at controlling fallout, and because as you work with your eyes, a lot of fallout's going to happen. And if you keep having to, like, you can never really clean under your eyes just right with certain fallout. I know they make tools to prevent fallout and stuff. I used to have to use a Kleenex. This is just the way I like it, and the way a makeup artist told me one time when she was doing my makeup, because when she started doing it, I was like, are you not doing my face? So anyway, this is how I do my makeup now. So the first color I'm going to use is this really light pink color, and that's going to be my kind of brow bone highlighter. I use this, I don't even know where I got this makeup brush from. I've had it for years. It is just what I use to highlight under my brow bone. So I just run it under my brows, but not too far down. Generally, when I do my makeup, I pick three colors and always do it this way unless I'm doing something different. But for every day, usually this is the way I do my makeup. So if you have, like, if you like the way I blend, like the person said on Instagram, you can do this with any color. After I do under my brow is when I will start. I'm going to use this kind of mauve-y, I think that's the right word, lighter, not the darker purple-ish color. I'm going to use this lighter mauve color. I hope mauve is the right word. I don't know. I am not a beauty guru. No. So I'm going to use that on my lids. And I open my mouth a lot when I do my makeup. Do you guys do that? Just like a guppy all the time? I remember when I started dating my husband, I never wanted him to see me do my makeup, because I always think of Mary Poppins when she's like saying close your mouth or you look like a codfish. And I never wanted him to see me like that. Pack it all over your lids. Get it in there, girl. I really work it. The great thing too is a lot of times you can't really get your lash line that good when you're trying to be careful because of fallout. And doing your makeup this way really allows you to get up in there. Okay, so I've done my lids. If you hear a lot of noise in the background, Ralph is making a ruckus. He is back there acting a complete fool for you guys. Okay, so now I am taking the darker purple plumish color now, and this is an e.l.f. brush. You can go buy this at Target. I see it at Dollar Tree all the time. This is the brush I always use to do my upper lid crease area. I absolutely love this brush, and I'm just gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna be looking really crazy on this eye look till the end, so just stay with me. I promise it's not as bad as it looks now. I look like I have some kind of virus right now. So it's just a flat, wide tip. Okay, now what I do is I take it from the very end of my lash line, and my neighbors are looking at my window like, what the fuck is she doing? And I just start like a swooshing motion. That sounds so bizarre, a swooshing motion. You're gonna windshield wiper it on your eyes. So yeah, you're just gonna go, I just go back and forth, and I stay pretty close to my crease line at first. Like, that's just super important to me, to stay close to it, and then without going back in, I kind of blow the excess off, and then I start working it up higher. And I'm really doing this look a lot darker than I do for every day, just because I want it to really show on camera. So I'm just gently gonna keep working the same shadow up, and sometimes I'll go and like feather out my line to be even, because it drives me crazy if it's not even. And then I pull it down farther than it needs to go, and I'm going to show you why in a little bit. Like I said, this look looks absolutely insane until you're finished. So then I'm going to take the brush, and this is how I blend. There's many ways to blend. This is just how I blend. Oh my gosh, this looks so crazy when I see myself doing this on camera. Okay, my blending technique is I bring it in, starting at the outer corner, onto the lid shadow. I just start bringing it down all around, but when I get towards the like inner part of my eye on this side, I try not to bring it down too far. I bring it down more on the outer corners, if that makes any sense. We all know tutorial videos are not my strong point. Okay, that eye's done, so I'm just gonna do this other eye and add some music and be all beauty guru-ish with it. I look like David Bowie or something, honestly. This is hilarious. This is why I panicked when I got my makeup done. I was like, what is this heifer doing? I am paying this much money for my wedding makeup. This was our second. We went to Vegas to get remarried by Elvis for like our 5th anniversary. And I paid a ass ton to have my makeup done, and I was freaking out till the very end. Okay, so the next thing I do, and another reason I do my makeup this way, because sometimes this gets messy, I just take a basic black pencil, even though I'm going to use brown as my eyeliner on my lids, or if that makes sense, to do my inner, ooh, this is a little too sharp, to do my inner lids, if that makes sense. I just do the top lash first. Sometimes there's an easier way to do this, and for me it's closing my eye on the pencil. Well, I can't talk and do this, so I'm just going to do it without talking. Okay, so, ooh, I used to never be able to do the inners, like with my eyelash, to kind of make my eyelashes look like they connect. I used to never be able to do my inner, like, liner at all. I was terrified. I would poke my eye. It was a hot mess. And I learned that if I just kind of close my eye, and it takes time to do this, I kind of close my eye on it and move it back and forth, then it kind of lines the inner upper lids. And it really makes your eyelashes look like they have like they just look bolder and better that way once you put your mascara on. Okay, so I usually do not do the bottoms. Sometimes I do, it just depends on the look. For this one, I'm not. And I noticed I didn't pull my shadow down over here, and you guys, that is so important because it makes it look like it just blends into the next color. Okay, I'm going to take the color that is on my upper, like, crease lid portion, the darker purple, and I'm going to bring it down here. And you can be as messy as you need to be with this because we're going to clean it up. You're going to see. It's going to look, you're going to see it's going to look really good, I promise. This is just like my whole life. This is why this way to do your makeup really spoke to me, because I'm so messy and just messy and clumsy and klutzy that this makeup look, a way of doing your makeup, is so easy for me because I can mess up and screw up my face and it's okay because then I can just go back and fix it. Alright. You might be like, okay, when are we going to clean your eyes up? They're really looking crazy, but we're not quite there yet. Now I'm going to actually do my eyeliner, and for my eyeliner, I'm just using another Dollar Tree product I found. Well, it's not a Dollar Tree liner. It is Physicians Formula, the Eye Definer and Flat Automatic Eyelining Pencil, and this is in a brown color. Are finally at the part where I'm going to clean up my eye look. So before going cruelty, well, when I started going cruelty free, I didn't really know much about it, and I trusted websites like L'Oreal and Rimmel when they said we no longer test on animals, but if they sell their products in China, they actually do test on animals because it's a requirement of China. So to me, I'm not okay with like, hey, we don't test our products on animals, but we actually do. Like, that's not cool. But I did have some products you're going to see in this video that I bought with couponing. I received this one for free from my Voxbox earlier on in going cruelty free, and I don't see a point in throwing them out, if that makes sense. Money was already spent on them. I can't undo it. So I do use the products, especially this Rimmel foundation that I bought a bunch of when they went on clearance. So I'm using those up before I move to try to find new cruelty-free stuff. So that is what I'm using today. But you can use absolutely any kind of eye makeup remover you want, but I always use these pads because I fold them, and that's going to make, it's going to kind of give me like a defined, cleaned up look when I get to that point. But for now, I start with a pad and I just clean up everything that fell out down here on my face. And when I get to cleaning up really close under my eye, I use a corner. You can see there's okay, Medea, calm down. There's some on there. Okay, I'm just like not even making sense as I talk. So when I get to this part of my eye, I don't know why people are always like, oh my gosh, your eyeshadow is so, I guess this is why they're like, it's so like perfect, it cuts off perfectly, and it's my messy look that turns into like a really clean look. So you want to like kind of pay attention to where your brow ends, and you just want to keep like kind of cleaning it until you get to that point so that your brow and your eye are like a perfect line. I don't know if that makes any sense. My eyes are cleaned up. Sometimes with a bolder color like I'm wearing today, it looks a little too perfect and swoopy for my taste, so I'm just going to softly soften. I'm going to gently soften that line with some pats, if that makes sense, because I don't want it to look crazy. And if I bring it down too much, I just gently clean up that. Yeah, okay. I'm good with that. All right, so that's basically how I do my shadows and stuff. I'm not really going to talk a lot about what I'm doing as I do it, as I put my foundation on. Oh, actually, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyelashes before I do my foundation. I have run out of the cruelty-free stuff I had couponed. So what I'm using right now is the NYX false like fake luscious volume. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It doesn't work well. Before going cruelty free, I used the 3D Revlon 3D something or another, and I love that. But I've already invested in this, so I'm going to use it up. But I don't really love this one, so I need to try something else. But like I said, NYX is cruelty free, so I decided to try it. And you can't learn if a product's good or not until you try it. It had really good reviews online, but I'm used to getting like really big crazy lashes maybe, and I don't know. Once I use this, I'm going to try to find something else I like. Now, I'm just going to do my face. The only thing I'm going to explain to you guys is I am super pale, and the palest of foundations usually don't work on me, so I blend it with Manic Panic Dream Tone Flawless Foundation Corrector, and also Gothic people use this as their regular foundation. I am totally in love with this, and it's cruelty free. I just let my face dry and leave it super dewy, which I'm like 31, so as I get older I'm noticing dewy skin just looks a little bit better for me. But I'm filming today, so I'm using my Revlon Stay Matte, again something else I stocked up on before realizing they weren't cruelty free. Okay guys, and again, because I'm filming today, I'm going to contour my face and highlight it. Not something I do every day, but if I'm doing like not just a nude kind of makeup look, then I usually do contour and highlight. And I've been loving the Physicians formula. This is the Light Bronze Pearl. I don't, to be honest, like not to toot my own horn, but I don't know if you guys notice, I kind of have a natural contoured look, and that's because I am Native American, and I know, right, that's insane because I'm so white, but I have very high cheekbones, and sometimes it looks like I don't need it because I have that. But what I'll do is I'll follow that and bring it down a little bit, and I use this light bronze pearl because it's not like an intense contouring. Well, a lot of people do like crazy things to contour their nose. They use like a specific brush and they bring it down. That doesn't work for me. I always screw it up. This is what works for me. Before I actually contour my nose, I'm going to do my highlighting. And for this, I use the translucent pearl from Physicians Formula. All right, so this is what I do to contour my nose. And y'all might be like, that's not how people do it, but this is just how I do it. I place my finger to keep my highlighter there, and I just contour the sides in so that it's a very soft contoured look. Okay, so my nose is contoured, my face is contoured. The last thing I do is blush. Again, Physicians Formula. This is the Happy Booster with in the color Warm. I just do the apples of my cheeks. All right, that is it for my face makeup. The last thing I do, I use this NYX lip liner in Nude Pink. Then I'm going to go in with my favorite lip gloss, which is the Beauty Benefits. I got this at Dollar Tree. It's Wet n Wild. It's cruelty free. It does not have a shade, but it's like kind of a darker pink. My finished look. Like I said, I don't always do it this intense, but I wanted everything to show up on camera really well because I am so fair. So then I just take my hair out. Okay guys, and that's my finished look. This is what I did that day on Instagram. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry it's really long. I'm going to try to get better at this. I'm going to try to make sure that my Elsa tutorial I film at the end of the week does not take this long because I do realize it took a long time. So again, this is the palette I used, and you can do this kind of shadow technique with absolutely any colors, and I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys later. Bye!